Ever sent a text and realized just a second too late that it sounded completely rude in English? You wanted to say, "I'm busy," but the words you chose somehow came out as "go away"? Your friends got confused? Maybe even a little hurt? We have been there, and we know how frustrating that is.
Oh, that feeling in your stomach when you hit send and immediately want to unsend it. It's that awful moment of panic where your brain is thinking in your native language, but your fingers are typing in English. And there's a disconnect, a translation traffic jam right in your brain.
A traffic jam. That's the perfect way to put it. You know what you want to say. The idea is crystal clear in your head. But the moment you try to express it in English, it's like all the words get stuck. You start translating word for word. And the result? It's awkward. It's unnatural. It's just not you.
Exactly. We had a student, Steve, a brilliant architect from Brazil. He told me he was in a meeting and wanted to say he had a creative idea. In Portuguese, it's a beautiful, flowing phrase. But when he translated it directly, he said, "I have a fabrication in my head." His boss just stared at him. Steve felt so embarrassed, so small. He told me, "Emily, I felt like a child, not a professional."
And that feeling is the absolute worst. We know this feels overwhelming. It feels like you'll be stuck translating in your head forever. But here's the good news. Today, we're going to fix that. Not with more grammar rules, but with a new way of thinking.
That's right. We're giving you 5 simple, powerful daily drills that will rewire your brain to start thinking directly in English. Today, you're not just learning English, you're building a new home for your thoughts inside the language.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, but why is thinking in English so important? Isn't translating good enough? And look, translating is a necessary first step. It's like using training wheels on a bike. But you don't want to use training wheels forever, right?
Right, because this isn't just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about connection. It's about finally being able to text your crush without spending 30 minutes writing and rewriting one sentence in a panic. It's that awful moment of panic, where your brain is thinking in your native language, but your fingers are typing in English, and there's a disconnect, a translation traffic jam right in your brain.
A traffic jam. That's the perfect way to put it. You know what you want to say. The idea is crystal clear in your head. But the moment you try to express it in English, it's like all the words get stuck. You start translating word for word. And the result? It's awkward. It's unnatural. It's just not you.
I literally cried happy tears when a student named Sophia told me she finally had a full 1-hour phone call with her American grandmother without once thinking in Spanish. She said, "For the first time, I wasn't a granddaughter learning English. I was just her granddaughter." That's what this is all about. It's about belonging.
That's so powerful. It's the difference between watching a movie with subtitles and just watching the movie. One is an academic exercise. The other is an experience. Thinking in English allows you to live in the language, not just visit.
And that's our promise to you today. These 5 drills aren't just homework. They're your keys to unlocking that fluency, that confidence, that feeling of truly connecting with others. And stick around, because the 3rd tip we're sharing will literally save you 10 minutes of study time every single day.
It's a game changer. So let's get into it. But first, we need to understand the traps that keep us stuck in translation mode.
Okay, before we build the new habit, we have to demolish the old ones. Let's talk about the common mistakes that force your brain to translate. Mistake number 1 is the most common, the word-for-word trap.
The classic. This is when you take a sentence from your native language and translate each word, one by one, into English. My student Maria from Spain kept doing this. She wanted to say she was feeling unwell. In Spanish, you say me siento mal, which literally translates to I feel myself bad. So she would text her friends, I feel myself bad today.
It's a super common mistake. The problem is that English sentence structure and idioms are completely different. I feel myself means you are physically touching yourself. So her friends were very, very confused. The natural English phrase is just, I feel bad, or I don't feel well. When you translate word for word, you're not speaking English. You're speaking your own language with English words.
Exactly. Okay, mistake number 2. The grammar perfectionist paralysis. This is you. You have something to say, but you freeze. You're mentally checking every single grammar rule before a single word comes out of your mouth. Should I use the present perfect or the past simple? Is this an uncountable noun? Wait, what's the third form verb again?
Oh, I see this all the time. By the time you finished your mental grammar checklist, the conversation has moved on. A student, Kenji, told me he missed a chance to get a girl's number at a coffee shop because of this. He wanted to say, I really enjoyed talking to you, but he was stuck thinking, should I say I enjoyed or I have enjoyed? Have enjoyed means it just finished but has a present result. Yes, that's right. And while he was thinking, she said, well, bye, and walked away.
No! Oh, that's heartbreaking. Fluency is about communication, not perfection. You have to be willing to make a few mistakes to keep the conversation flowing.
Which brings us to mistake number 3, waiting for the perfect word. This is a cousin of the grammar paralysis. You're telling a story and you need a word like spectacular, but you can't remember it, so you stop. You go silent. You're frantically searching your mental dictionary and all the momentum is lost.
This happens to me in Spanish. The other person is just staring at you, waiting. It's so awkward. But here's what most learners miss. You don't need the perfect word. You can just use a simpler word like great or amazing. Or even better, you can describe the word you're looking for.
Yes, you can say, I'm looking for the word that means, like, better than great. And the other person will probably help you out. Oh, you mean spectacular? It turns a moment of panic into a moment of connection.
So, to recap, we're ditching word-for-word translation, we're letting go of the need for perfect grammar, and we're not going to wait for the perfect word. We're going to be brave and communicate.
And now that we know what not to do, let's build the right habits with our 5 daily drills to think in English.
All right, drill number 1 is my absolute favorite to start with. We call it the Inner Monologue Switch. This is your secret training because you can do it anytime, anywhere, and nobody has to know.
I love this one. It's about changing the language of your own thoughts. You know that little voice in your head that's always talking? The one that says, I'm tired. What should I have for lunch? I need to remember to buy milk. We're going to switch that voice to English.
Exactly. It sounds hard, but you start super simple. The goal is not to have complex philosophical thoughts in English. The goal is just to narrate your life with simple sentences. For example, when you wake up, the alarm is ringing.
I am tired. I need to get up. I am walking to the kitchen. I want coffee.
See? So simple. You don't need to know the word for percolator or French press. Coffee machine is fine. I am making coffee is perfect. We're building the habit of reaching for English words first. It's like paving a new road in your brain. At first, it's difficult, but the more you use it, the smoother it gets.
And you can do this all day when you're getting dressed. I will wear the blue shirt. Where are my socks? When you're working. I need to write an email. This email is important.
And here's the key. Don't judge yourself. If you don't know a word, don't stop. Just say it in your native language and keep going. Like this. I am walking to the... Przystanek autobusowy. I see the bus coming. The flow is more important than having every single word. You can look it up later.
This is your mental gym. You're doing reps. The more you do it, the stronger that English thinking muscle gets. Start with just 5 minutes a day. While you brush your teeth, while you wash the dishes, you'll be amazed at how quickly your brain starts to default to English for these simple thoughts. Game changer.
Okay, drill number 2 is perfect for visual learners. It's called the object labeling game. This is so fun and simple, you can do it right now while you're watching.
Let's do it. How does it work?
Easy. You pick a room, your office, your kitchen, your bedroom. For 1 minute, you look around and mentally label everything you see in English.
Okay, I see a camera, a light, a chair, a plant, a mug.
Perfect. That's level 1, just the words. Level 2 is to make a simple sentence about each object. You're not just labeling, you're creating context. This builds sentence structure automatically.
Okay, let me try again. That is a camera. The camera is recording us. I see a bright light. The light is on. This is my chair. My chair is comfortable. I like that plant. The plant is green.
Yes, see how much more powerful that is? You're not just recalling a noun, you're using verbs, adjectives, and simple sentence structures. You're creating connections in your brain between the object and the language used to describe it.
And this directly fights that word-for-word translation mistake. You're not thinking, ¿Cómo se dice taza? And then translating. You're looking at the object, and your brain is going straight to mug. You're building a direct link.
Precisely. It's like you're creating a real-world English dictionary. And the best part is, it makes you curious. You'll look at something and think, what is that called in English? And that curiosity is what fuels learning. Maybe you don't know the word for coaster, the thing you put your mug on. Now you have a reason to look it up.
So, the daily drill is choose one room in your house each day. The kitchen on Monday, the living room on Tuesday. Spend just 2 minutes labeling objects and making simple sentences. It's so effective.
All right, this next one is the tip I promised you. The one that will save you time and make you sound so much more natural. Drill number 3 is the Sentence Starter Challenge.
I love this one. This is for when you're a little more comfortable and want to move beyond simple sentences.
Exactly. So many learners get stuck starting sentences the same way. I think, I want, I like. It gets repetitive. Natural English is full of varied sentence starters. So, in this drill, you take one common flexible sentence starter and challenge yourself to finish it in 3 to 5 different ways.
Can you give us an example of a good sentence starter?
A great one is, I was wondering if. This is a polite and indirect way to ask for something. So, you take that starter, set a timer for 90 seconds, and write or say as many endings as you can. For example, I was wondering if you could help me with this. I was wondering if the meeting is still at 3 p.m. I was wondering if you've seen my keys. I was wondering if we could get pizza for dinner tonight.
Wow, that's so useful. It trains your brain to think in chunks, not just single words. You're not building the sentence from zero. You have a launch pad. I was wondering if is the launch pad, and your brain just has to find the destination.
It's your conversation toolkit. Instead of building a hammer from scratch every time you need one, you just grab the hammer that's already in your toolkit. Other great starters are, I'm thinking of, for future plans. Have you ever, to start a story. It looks like, to make an observation.
This is so much more efficient than memorizing random vocabulary lists. You're learning words in context and practicing sentence patterns you will actually use.
That's why it saves you time. Instead of 10 minutes on a flashcard app, spend 5 minutes on the Sentence Starter Challenge. You'll be learning grammar, vocabulary, and natural phrasing all at once.
Okay, our first 3 drills built a solid foundation. Now it's time to get creative. Drill number 4 is the What If Scenario Builder. This is where you start to really play with the language.
This is your imagination's playground. It moves you from describing what is to talking about what could be. This is crucial for deeper conversations, for storytelling, for humor.
Here's how it works. You ask yourself a simple what if question, and then you try to answer it in 3 or 4 sentences. The question can be silly or serious. For example, what if I could fly?
Okay, let me try to answer that. What if I could fly? Well, first, I would fly to work. I would save so much money on gas. I would probably visit my friends in other countries every weekend. But I would be afraid of birds.
That's perfect. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It's about letting your brain connect ideas freely in English. You're practicing conditional tenses, I would fly, without even thinking about the grammar rules.
But what if it feels scary? I had a student who got stuck here. He said, but my vocabulary is too small for big ideas. This is a huge fear for learners.
That's such a common fear. Let's tackle that right now. Wait, Emily, let's role play this. You be the coach, I'll be the frustrated learner. My question is, what if you won the lottery? Okay. What if I won the lottery? I buy a house, a car. I stop. I don't know the words for financial advisor? For charity? This is too hard. Slang and big words scare me.
Hey, it's okay. You don't need those big words right now. Let's forget financial advisor. Let's use simple language to describe the idea. What does a financial advisor do? He helps with money. Great. So you can say, I would find someone who is smart with money to help me. See? Simple. What about charity? What's the basic idea?
Giving money to help people.
Perfect. Say that. I would give a lot of money to help people. You just communicated a complex idea with simple words. That is success. Let's celebrate that. High five.
That little role play shows the most important part of this drill. Be kind to yourself. Use the words you have. The goal is to build a story, not to win a literature prize.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important drill. This is the one that builds pure speaking fluency. Drill number 5 is the 1-minute English jam.
This one requires a bit of courage, but the payoff is massive. Here's the deal. You find a random word generator online, or just open a book and point to a random word. Let's say the word is coffee.
Okay, you have the word coffee. Now you set a timer for 1 minute, and you have to talk about coffee non-stop for that entire minute. You cannot stop talking.
The key rule is you are not allowed to worry about mistakes. If you say, I drinked coffee, you don't correct yourself, you just keep going. The goal is to keep the flow. This is pure output practice.
It's like clearing out a clogged pipe.
The first few seconds might be messy and sputtery, but then the water starts to flow freely. Let's try it. Ethan, give me a word.
Okay, your word is cloud. 1 minute, go.
Okay, cloud. Clouds are in the sky. They are white and sometimes gray. When they are gray, it looks like rain is coming, which I don't like because I like sunny days. I remember when I was a kid, I used to look at the clouds and see shapes like animals, like a dragon or a rabbit. My favorite type of cloud is the big, puffy white ones. I don't know the name for them, but they look like cotton. I think flying in a plane through the clouds is a very cool experience. It's a bit bumpy, but then you get above them, and it's just sunshine and blue sky, and it's so beautiful and peaceful and makes you feel
And time. That was amazing.
You see, it wasn't perfect. I'm sure I made mistakes or repeated myself, but my mouth was moving and my brain was connecting ideas in English without stopping to translate.
This drill directly attacks that perfectionist paralysis. It trains your brain to prioritize flow over accuracy. Do this once a day. Record yourself on your phone so you can hear how you improve over time.
It will feel uncomfortable at first, but after a week, you'll notice that when you're in a real conversation, the words come out just a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. You're building speaking momentum. Okay, theory is great, but practice is everything. Right now, we're going to do a drill together. You, me, and Ethan. We're going to do a guided version of drill number 2, the object labeling game.
That's right. Don't just watch. Do this with us. It will only take 1 minute. We believe in you.
Okay, I want you to look around the room you're in right now. Just look around. I'm going to give you 15 seconds to just name 5 things you see in English, in your head, or quietly out loud. Ready? Go.
Great job. Maybe you named a window, a table, a phone, a book, a lamp. Whatever you saw, awesome.
Now for level 2. We're going to make simple sentences. I want you to choose just one of those objects. Got it?
Okay, now I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I want you to make 3 simple sentences about that one object. Go for it.
Maybe your object is book. You could say, the book is on the table. The cover is blue. I want to read the book. Simple is perfect. You're doing amazing. Keep going.
And stop. How did that feel? You just did it. You looked at an object in your world and you thought about it directly in English. You didn't translate. You observed And you described. That is thinking in English.
Give yourself a little pat on the back. Seriously. Every time you do this, you are one step closer to fluency. You are literally rewiring your brain.
All right, let's do a quick recap of your new toolkit for thinking in English. 1. The Inner Monologue Switch. Narrate your daily actions in simple English. 2. The Object Labeling Game. Name objects and make sentences about them.
3. The Sentence Starter Challenge. Practice finishing common sentence starters. 4. The What If Scenario Builder. Build mini-stories to practice creative thinking. 5. The 1-Minute English Jam. Speak non-stop for 60 seconds to build flow.
These 5 drills, if you practice them for just a few minutes every day, will completely transform your relationship with English. We know this journey can feel lonely sometimes, but you are not alone in this.
Not at all. You're not just learning a language. You're joining a global community. You're joining the DialogueBoost family. Every time you practice, you're becoming more connected to the world and to yourself.
Today, you didn't just learn 5 tips. You took a huge step towards freedom. The freedom to express your brilliant ideas without fear. The freedom to show your true, funny, smart personality. The freedom to connect with people on a deeper level.
Think back to that feeling of sending a text and worrying it sounded wrong, or that moment of freezing in a conversation. That feeling doesn't have to be your reality. With these drills, you are building the confidence to be bold, to be clear, and to be you.
Your thoughts are valuable. Your stories are important, and the world is waiting to hear them. Start today. Start small. Pick one drill and do it for 2 minutes after this video ends.
You've got this. We're so excited for you. Thank you for spending this time with us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video.
Keep practicing, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!